Small blue diamond in the evening, when the noise of cars on the streets had become the norm, a scream suddenly tore the entire atmosphere apart. This scream was of fear, of helplessness, and the last cry of hope that someone might hear it. At that moment, fate put some people to the test whom the world often misunderstands. I in Nortonville, a relatively quiet city in the U.S. state of Oklahoma. This day seemed like an ordinary day. The soft autumn sun, yellow leaves falling from the trees on the roadside, and people absorbed in their own worlds. No one knew that in a few moments this road was going to witness a story that would be remembered for years. Margaret Louise Harper, aged about 71, had white hair, a soft voice, and the fatigue in her eyes that comes after a long journey in life. She was a former nurse who spent the precious years of her youth serving patients in a government hospital. Her husband had been gone for 8 years, and her only son was stationed in the army. Like every Thursday, she was returning home after buying bread and coffee from a nearby bakery. She had a small bag in her hand, containing less money and more memories. A photo of her husband, her son's last letter, and an old crucifix pendant that her mother had given her. She had just reached the bus stop when a speeding car pulled up. The door opened loudly, and a young man dressed in a black jacket and hat stepped out, a shiny pistol in his hand. "Give me the bag!" she shouted. Margaret's heart stopped. She stepped back, but her feet couldn't keep up. She grabbed the bag tightly. This bag wasn't just luggage for her. It was a collection of the last signs of her life. The young man pulled the bag, it lurched, and Margaret fell to the ground. Her screams echoed in the air. The people faring the same side of the road, in front of an old garage, 5 motorcycles were parked. The men standing next to them were dressed in black leather jackets. The same sign on the back, Iron Wolves MC. These people usually don't come to the news with kind words. People change their roads when they see them. But today, these are the people who were going to change the course of fate. The foremost of them was Logan Cross, about 48 years old, broad shoulders, a thick beard, and a strange calm in his eyes. He had made mistakes in the past, but now his life principle was simple. He is not safe from anyone who raises his hand on the weak. Logan raised his head as soon as he heard Margaret scream. The decision was made in an instant. "Let's go," was all he said. The roar of engines and the race for justice, the engines of the motorcycles roared together. The noise was both terrifying and powerful. The people on the road remained silent. The thief tried to run away, but he had no idea that the roar behind him was not just a sound, but the end. One motorcycle from the right, the other from the left. Logan blocked the way right in front. The young man panicked, his hands began to tremble. The pistol fell to the ground. Logan subdued him in one fell swoop. No unnecessary violence, no shouting. Just a firm grip and a cold tone. "Not today." The police were called immediately. The Iron Wolves stood there in silence until the police arrived. Confidence returned when Margaret got her bag back. Tears started to flow from her eyes. She held Logan's hands. "Son, I didn't think that today." Logan lowered his eyes. "We're all someone's son, Mom." The police took the thief away. The passers-by who had been hiding came out. Some clapped their hands, some nodded. A lesson taught in silence, the Iron Wolves started their motorcycles. Before leaving, Logan turned and said, "No matter how the world sees us, we know what is right." The motorcycles moved away, but the hope they gave remained on the road. Margaret stood there for a long time. Today she was not just safe, she was strong. Because she had seen that bravery does not need clothes or fame. If the story touched your heart, remember, goodness never needs recognition. Sometimes, it comes from the hands we fear. Tell us in the comments, when have you seen the most unexpected kindness? Because one moment, one decision, and one brave step can change the whole world, so be sure to like, comment, share, and subscribe to Kindness Narratives.